Hey guys, so in this video we will take a look at the multiple types of tanks. We will create multiple types of tank using the exact same MVC, that is model view controller architecture. So for this I will be needing one script. So right click on the scripts folder, create, and then hit on the C# script. Then name it as tank types. Okay, so script is loaded. Double click on the tanks type. So this script also won't be needing mono behavior, and I don't even need any of the methods. Actually I can entirely erase these three lines as well, because this will be a simple enum. Okay, this is something called as enum. Enum means basically a data type which contains some list of objects. In this case it is containing the different types of tank. Right now I'm calling first tank is green tank. Okay, then comes blue tank, then comes red tank, suppose. Okay, so these are the three types of tanks that I want to create for my project. So I have created enum, which is storing the names of three tanks. As simple as that. I am now coming back to the tank spawner script, and I will be creating one class inside the public class tank spawner itself. Okay, here only I am creating a class, public class tank. Okay, inside this tank I will be using first of all I want to serialize this tank to look in the inspector. I want to change the values of these tanks from the inspector, so that's why I am using system dot serializable. So whatever I am adding here as a public float moment speed, I can access these variables from the inspector. Okay, rotation speed, I will quickly show you. So these two values are hard coded, right? So we don't want that. Now we will set all the values from our inspector. I am sharing the screen of the Unity now. Now look at the tank spawner. Okay, my bad. I need to create a list of such tanks. First of all, public list of tanks, because not tank types, and tank list. Okay, so we will be needing three tanks, right? So just for that I am creating a list of the tanks. So I will quickly show you how it will look in the inspector. So here you can see tank list is there. Now if I want to have a 3 tank, I can. If I want to have 10 tanks, I also can. Okay, so for now I am creating 3 tanks only, and when I hit enter, then you can see element 0, element 1, element 2, all these 3 tanks I can customize the moment speed, moment rotation, everything from the inspector only. Okay, so just like these two variables, I can set the type of the tank from the inspector as well. So for that, public tank type and tank types. Okay, so now I have, just like this is nothing but a data type, right? So this is nothing but a variable that I have created. So again I am heading back to the Unity. Here you can see tank type is green tank, tank type is green tank. I can change it to blue tank, and tank type is to red tank. So here you can see I can customize for green tank. Suppose I want to give the value of moment speed of, I guess, 30, and I want to make blue tank very slow. Then I am passing the value of moment speed 10. Now, and I want to red tank super fast, like 60 speed. Okay, same goes for rotation speed. Green tank will have a average rotation speed of 75. Rotation speed of blue tank will also be less, and red tank will be having super fast rotation speed of around 120. Okay, so these are the design decisions that you can take. So right now I have an entire data in front of me via the inspector. So that's the power of the class, and this is how you can set up the entire data: green tank, blue tank, and red tank. So I'm saving this and I'm coming back to the code. Now, as I have named these tanks as green, blue and red, I need to change the colors of these tanks as well, right? Suppose I'm and I want to change the colors at the time of spawning. So how I can do it? So I'm coming back to the code. I'm adding something called as material. Okay, material is something while making 3D games, you will be using materials to change the color. As simple as that. Just understand this thing. So write public material color, and after that, what I will be doing, first of all, I need to make changes in tank model. Inside tank model, I want to have a public tank types first of all. Tank type, because I added data, right? So I need to add this in the tank model itself. Tank type, and I have added material as well, and color. Okay, just like that, I am passing here tank types. I will call it tank, and then material, I am calling it color. Okay, I will keep it under scroll for avoiding confusion, and same thing I will be setting up in the tank model. So tank type, I will set it with tank, and then color, I will set it with underscore color. So all the data is now synced. Right now there will be a compiler error here because we are not passing these many values. So first of all, by default, green tank will come. I have just made assumption because right now we don't have any UI where we can select the tank. We will look at that problem statement later. But for now, assume that we only want to spawn a green tank. So if you look at the Unity, our green tank is at the 0th element. So what I just need to do is I need to access the 0th element of our list. Okay, how I can do it? Tank list, in the square brackets I need to pass 0 and dot movement speed. I am passing movement speed. Just like that, I will simply copy and paste it, and instead of movement speed I will pass rotation speed. Same goes for tank list of 0, tank type, and tank list of 0, I am passing color. So all the data that I am setting in the inspector of the tank spawner, I am passing that exact same data in the tank model, and this tank model is taking care of all the data, and that's why all the moment speed, rotation speed, tank type and color will be stored in the tank model itself. So our next task is to change the color of the tank. For making change in a color of a tank, if you observe our prefab carefully, I will quickly show you the prefab. There are multiple small childs of these tanks as well. So we need to change the color of these childs as well, not only this parent. So how to do it? First of all, go back to the tank view. So in the tank view, there is something called as mesh renderer. Okay, mesh renderer. Mesh renderer is responsible for rendering all the 3D models. Whatever you are seeing the 3D in the entire environment, that is because of the mesh renderer. So I am taking the reference of all the childs in the format of mesh renderer, and I am creating an array of it. This is something, array is nothing but a collection of those mesh renderers, and I am calling it as childs. Okay, so tank view, I am saving it. Now I am heading back to the Unity. So if I click on the tank, and here you can see under a tank view script, there is a list of childs. So there will be 4 childs. I will be simply selecting. First of all, I need to lock this inspector. I need to select the first. I am holding shift and I am selecting the last. So all the 4 childs are selected. Now I am dragging and dropping these mesh renderers into this, and all the references will automatically get stored. I am unlocking the inspector again. As simple as that. Now I have the reference of all the childs, and now I can change the material of these things. I will quickly show you how. So changing color is nothing but a visual aspect. That is nothing but the responsibility of a tank view. So what I will be doing, inside a tank view, I will be writing some public method named as public change color or something. Okay, change color, and inside that I will pass a material. Okay, material is nothing but a color. It's a Unity's way of calling color, as simple as that. Okay, I forgot to write void, public void change color. I guess that's fine. Now, as I have already referenced all the mesh renderers of my child, I can loop through them and I can apply the same color for each and every child. How I can do it? I will write for loop. This is something called as loop. Int I is equal to 0. This loop will start from the 0, then it will iterate through all the childs dot length and I plus plus. Basically this line is iterating through all of my childs, as simple as that. Then comes childs of I dot material is equal to color. Okay, don't worry about what is this childs of I. I is nothing but a iterator which starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 until the length of it, and we are applying the material. Whoever is calling this method need to pass the material, and we are applying that material to each and every child, as simple as that. This is how this entire method is working. Okay, now simply who will call this method? Our controller will call this method. Okay, so inside tank controller, now we are setting up all the things. We have tank view, tank model, and all the stuff. Now what I will do here, under in the last line in the constructor of the tank controller, I will call tank view dot change color or something. Yeah, and inside it I need to pass the material, but controller don't have the data for the material. That's why I need to communicate to the view to the model as well. So what I have done here, let's quickly look at the diagram. Okay, so this controller wants to change the color inside the view. Okay, so for that controller is needing the data of that color from the model. So controller will go to the model will give the color, and this color controller will pass to the view, as simple as that, and the colors will change. This is how the MVC is working. This is the power of MVC. Okay, so right now I will make use of tank model dot, oops, not capital, this should be small, yeah, dot color, as simple as that. Now whoever is calling this tank controller, like in this method, tank controller is called by the create tank, and we are by default using the first tank itself. I have hard coded the value of 0 to everything. So ultimately all the colors that we have set for the tank 0 will get applied to each and every child. I will quickly show you how. And exact tank model and tank view is passed. I hope everything is fine. Now let's test it out. I'm coming back to the Unity. So come to the tank spawner first of all. We need to select the color for the green tank. Just simply click on this knob. Then you can see bunch of material. I'm as of now selecting green color, that is dust color. Then comes we need to select the color for the blue tank. I'm selecting the blue material here. Just keep on clicking the knobs. Sorry, I just click on the tank view. You need to change the color only. Okay, color. Then red, for red there is a red material as well. Okay, so that's it. And all these materials you will find. Outscal team has provided you the materials, because creating materials is not the responsibility of a developer. Now I hope everything is fine. Let's play it out. Wow, here you can see our color is changed. Oops, I will quickly show you. That's great. Awesome, our color is changed, and now the color is like dusty color. Okay, now let's try how blue color will look like. Okay, so how to do it? Our blue tank, first of all, just check the tank spawner. Our blue tank is at the first element. So if I change all the values to 1, because in the list the blue tank is present in the first position, right? So I just need to change all the values here, and I just need to save this script. That's it. Now I'm heading back to the Unity, and let's check out our tank is changing or not. Now I'm hitting the play. Wow, great, blue tank is there, and now you can see the movement speed and the rotation speed is different. Please make a note of it. And now I will quickly show you how a red tank will look like with the with a speed boost. Okay, there will be a much faster speed for the red tank. Now let's check it out, because we have different values as well. Everything is getting updated just by changing few numbers in our code. That's the entire power of the code architecture. Okay, so yeah, here you can see the red tank. Oh wow, this is very fast. Great, awesome. We have working mechanism of all the times, all the tanks. That's the power of MVC, guys. You only have one prefab, you only have one set of scripts, but now using this architecture, literally you can create your own hundreds of tanks, which can be of different moment speed, which can be of different rotation speed. And just for demonstration of this trial, I have just shown you very few elements of it. Actually, in my entire project, there will be at least 7 to 8 variables that I can change. So that's the power of MVC architecture. If you are building your games in a scalable way, then definitely you will gonna be a great game developer. Okay, there is a difference between developer and a great game developer. Great game developer should always build such system who are scalable and flexible enough. So just by simply adding few lines and few changes, we can create n number of tanks. That's the power of this architecture. So stay tuned. Now we will quickly cover the UI selection. There will be a panel, and we will simply click on the buttons, and automatically that tank will get spawned. We will cover that later. Okay.